3,000 to 8,000, a possibility of even 12K. So, again, a lot of money really is on the line for this online event, and I really can't wait to get things started today. With that said, Emperor,
I'm ready.
The teams are ready. Hopefully you guys are ready because we got game number 1 coming at you. We have Stay Green taking on Lion Esports Club. All right, so here we go. Stay Green on the Legion side, Lions on the Hellborn side. Keeper of the Forest going to be the first lock coming up. Would want to hit the gym with me. Maybe later. Maybe later. I'm going to go ahead and put that D&D on. Totally forgot about that. Blind Bands, though, coming out here. We did have Wild Soul Moon Queen from Stay Green. I know, don't fall off your chair for that one. Wild Soul Ophelia coming out here for Lion Esports Club.
Yeah, and once again, to me, it means that they're just wanting to, A, not fall for a potential hole where Stay Green chooses not to ban and all of a sudden they give up that pick, or B, it's essentially wasting a ban, making sure there's only one hero blind banned by them, which doesn't, I mean, there's a bunch of, seems like oddball heroes you could ban out. You might want to, I mean, they're capable of using Deadwood, all of these other really powerful forces on Lion, so just mitigating the amount of blind bans can work in their favor.
Now, I love what I see so far. Look at that right there. We do have the good old Berserker being locked up here by Lion Esports Club. Keeper of the Forest scores the first lock, but Berserker Aluna to follow. Again, Berserker, interesting stuff there because Lion was the team to run Berserker. It was against TT Esports, I believe. And he 700 gold per minute. I mean, he dominated the game. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Here's the question.
What's that?
Flensmeister, actually, when I talked to him, he's like, I've never really played Berserker before. I sort of wanted to pick it up that match. I hit R, and I didn't really feel their stuns. Here's the question. After dominating with him, did they look into the hero further? Have they practiced it? Has he been running it in TFMs? Could it be a more serious pick?
Possibly. Look at that. Geomancer to finish things off. So not your typical lock pool that we've been seeing a lot of lately, especially with a team like Stay Green in here. But, again, overall you got Keeper, Berserker Luna, Tempest Nymphora, and then Geomancer to finish things off. So those curveballs coming from Lion Esports Club right here. We do talk about this a lot, too. Whenever we have a dominant team like Stay Green in Han's history in general, and hell, in the MOBA genre in general, you can argue that a way to kind of deal with that, instead of trying to compete on their level with that strategy that they're running, bust something crazy, bust something different.
Or find a hole in their drafting. Exactly. Yeah. And, you know, we'll have to see how this draft winds up playing out, but I like that Lion is trying something different. Obviously, the running into the same obstacle over and over and over again has not been helping any team. So, interesting. Oh, I like the Geomancer lock as well. Obviously, you know, I have a little bit of something for that hero. I know he can be not the best, but I have a lot of fun playing him.
He's a different kind of Magmus, really, when it comes down to it.
There's a lot of monopull early on. Can do really strong damage in laning, too.
I know B-Kid also a big fan of the hero, actually.
Oh, really? I feel like he's a stronger secondary support than Magmus, honestly. I feel like a lot of times where I mean, Magmus does have a much better stun. You can't really deny it.
Yeah. Hell, you can use the items with the portal key, doing the portal key.
Yeah, I do the portal key stuff all the time, all day.
It's a lot of fun,
Yeah, definitely want to see if that hero can be explored more.
Pebbles, the first pick coming out here for Stay Green. Well, first off, I mean, you look at the bands here. Tundra, Deadwood, Demented Shaman, Parasite, Fade, and Rally to finish things off. But yeah, Pebbles going to be the first pick for Stay Green. Obviously, a go-to hero for them, whether it's Pebbles, Deadwood, or Rally. Obviously, both Deadwood and Rally being banned. Obviously, Pebbles, first pick. So Lion Esports Club, now they're looking to respond here. Going to start dipping into the extra time already. But we're actually looking into this. Handskin is not only their drafter, but kind of their captain, their caller in game, too. I know Super KGE does a lot of their organizing behind the scenes as far as setting up the match and make sure everything's good.
Super KGE is the captain, but by captain we mean he takes care of all their managerial stuff.
Also the manager.
Handskin does make the calls in game. He is the one doing the draft. But they work together.
Bubbles Soul Reaper going to be picked up here by Lions.
By the way, shout out to Fantasy, too. If you look at GoToGamers.net, there is an article, 4 teams left to fight. He did an excellent write-up on this matchup between Lions and Stay Green.
And the next one.
And the next one as well, actually, and really just breaks down all the players, the history of each of the players, and it's overall a good read if you have the time.
It is. It definitely is. I mean, even go check it out now while you're watching this drafting phase here. Again, GoToGamers.net/Han. It's, I believe, the first article on there right now. Definitely shout out to Fantasy. Wretched Hag, Master of Arms. Going to be the follow-up picks here coming out for Stay Green. And it's looking very Stay Green-esque is how I'm going to put it. Monkey King is the final pick coming out for Lions. So, interesting lineup over here, Lions. Monkey King, Soul Reaper, Bubbles coming out.
definitely chose to take this entire drafting phase in a different route. Hag and Master of Arms were available. They were like, nope, taking Bubbles and Monkey King. They knew exactly what they wanted, and well, they get their.
Okay.
I mean,
So
I suppose they can just they have 3. They just have to get their support here. It's not really.
yeah, I don't
shot.
see it's nothing too crazy. I mean, they're oh darn, we have to go Luna. Like, I think State Green's going to be fine in the end. So despite those trollish locks in there, 2 of them, the Berserker and the Geomancer, hoping maybe that we'd at least see one of them. I mean, Swinnemal's is thinking about it. As,
Go,
you know,
go run the Geo, run him support for Master of Arms. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's why are
Just
they
pick it. Just pick it. So
There's
I'm
a lot of
happy.
money on the line, man. I mean, State Green. This is do they go out of their
Exactly. So
comfort
you know what?
zone
With
here?
all that money on the line, they want that keeper route to come out, followed by the Geo explosion, followed by the AOE stun. The Bat
Especially
Blast
of a
comes
Staff
out, and all of a
Master.
sudden it's a genocide.
All of a sudden, man, it just happens just like that. So yeah, it's
It's that
obvious
easy.
they need to
It's
go
that
Geomancer
easy.
here. It's you've made me see the ways here, Emperor. Hopefully Swinnemelons does as well. Yeah, it's gonna
I
be a
know,
Luna.
I
You know he's just doing this if anything. I mean, the funny thing.
Z-Freak playing it too. Come on, it's
That's true. I know.
it's
I
a
know
Luna.
Z-Freak
It's
does
a
play.
Luna. It's a Luna.
It's gonna be a Luna.
Right.
He's just purposely doing this just
Why
to
you
keep
playing
us
with my heart?
guessing.
It's
To
just-
be like,
Give me the
do
Geo,
we
and
go
I'll be
the
happy, Swindle.
Geomancer?
I'm
No,
leaving
I
the
would
game.
love
I'm leaving the
Berserker,
game if he
but-
doesn't pick Geo.
Okay.
Let's just put that out there.
Gonna be a solo
That's-
cast apparently.
all right.
Oh, going
See ya.
solo. Okay, see you, Emperor.
Can I? Actually, I don't want to risk disconnecting and then not being able to rejoin here.
That would be bad.
I'm not going to
Just for the sake
that would
of the-
be,
sake of the
everyone
show.
would be very angry with me there.
All
I'll
right.
test it later.
So Luna is the final pick, putting all that thought into it, and sure enough goes the Luna. So again, State Green, their lineup, comfort zone, man. I mean, they got what they were looking for, to say the least. Now, I will say, you know, the Soul Reaper pickup, we've talked about this before when we see a Soul Reaper, is a good matchup against a hero like Keeper in a suicide route, but Keeper this game obviously going to be more the jungle here, so. But Soul Reaper in general, with that aura of his, what is it even called? The Withering Presence, of course. It's still great for any 1-versus-1 matchup, really, when it comes down to it. So.
Well, yeah, and the fact that, well, his new does damage and heals himself is just an excellent trade-off spell. You see that all the time with Amphora's heal, with Jeremiah's heal, just the turnaround potential, always huge on those spells that sort of operate with that mechanic.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, you still want Geomancer, man. Living in the past, Emperor.
You know, one day.
Maybe next game. Maybe next game.
Maybe next.
Next season.
I guarantee you, Geomancer will have his day, man. Even
Hey.
if it's one day.
Hey, Berserker
Even if it's
had
just
his
one
day.
day.
You know, I was saying for the longest time, Berserker needs to have his day, and he finally did. So you're right. It can happen. It can happen. So, okay, both teams ready? Yeah, sure. No, not ready anymore. Okay, so a lot of undeciding of
So,
what exactly they want to do.
are you a bigger fan of Legionnaire or Berserker then?
Legionnaire Berserker? What do you mean Legionnaire?
Well,
Where's that
no,
come
it's
from?
because of the whole logger, you know.
Oh, ha, ha,
Legion.
ha, the logger CPK. Okay, no, definitely
Is there a
Berserker.
Berserker CPK in the works? Are we going to
Hey.
see it?
No, but there's a Balfagor CPK in the works.
Oh,
It's been in
God.
the works for a while. Yeah, definitely a Berserker fan. I did him and Lord South Forest.
Really?
Forest.
Yeah.
I've been saying for the longest time. They had the funny thing is about those two heroes. When I was saying initially, it was when we were in that strength meta. It was when we had Armadon,
With all the heals
Zephyr,
coming out,
yeah,
too,
all
to
the
back 'em out.
heals. A lot of just beefy presence, more
Yeah.
Axis, electricians. So
You remember Dirge Snoopy back of the old Fray
course,
team,
yeah.
excellent strategist and all that. Around the time where he was quitting, he's like, you know, a strategy I've always wanted to run that I think would be very effective is, you know, a short lane carry, something like a carry Slither. Running Self-Forest in a matchup, he's very powerful, and having a carry Slither and a Self-Forest, the tons of AoE dot presence, the anti-heal,
Yeah.
just that kind of nuke coming out, and he's like, you know, people should try it. It seems so good.
it seems
Yeah,
like
something
it.
that
I
he
mean,
always wanted to see done.
on paper, yeah.
Yeah, just carry Slither with carry Self-Forest as the two people that pave the road, and just having an overall mid-game aggressive team
Yeah.
and taking advantage of it that way.
Yeah, Slither, man, that's definitely a hero that's had his place, but has
Well,
died off
He
since
has.
then, for sure. So, I mean, he's gone through a lot of changes, though, from the wards to the poison spray to the toxicity itself. I mean, every single ability has been
I
changed.
do feel like I want to see that toxicity slow a little bit again in my book. You know, I
Yeah.
saw that when it lost the slow, I feel like he lost a lot of his presence. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if it was actually reintroduced or not. It might have been on a very low level.
I think it is. I'm gonna check that
here.
now too. Just thinking about that. How do I use this? There we go. Slither.
'Cause we just don't see him anymore.
Toxicity. No, yeah, it doesn't do the slow. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I would like to see it. I thought it was.
It used to be 100% on level 4, didn't it, too, for the no regen?
Yeah, it did.
It's 80%
and then I think it was a
now.
10% slow as well.
Yeah.
I'm probably all over the place, though. Who knows?
Why are we talking about Slither? Where did they come from?
Because we were talking about Sulfuras and
That's right, okay.
you
All
know,
the dot
different
damage preventing
heroes
heals.
Yeah, so there's Sulfuras, man.
But yeah, so for Sulfuras specifically for something like those Zephyr lineups, it seems like it would make sense, but I don't know. I mean, sure, I mean, yes, on paper it's like, yeah, it seems like it makes sense for those fights, but then it's like, well, what about his laning phase? Sulfuras seems like he has a pretty strong laning presence. I
Yeah.
mean, with that, the Life Leech or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The W and whatnot, so.
Yeah, just kind of feels like he gets kited a lot, I think is a lot of people's main criticism of the hero.
Yeah.
Of course, you can mitigate that with, certain drafts to go around. I know B-Kid actually was a huge fan of Sulfuras for a while. I used to play it kind of religiously, but yeah. You know what? I used to see the old Pika team, actually, when I felt like they were a bit stronger of a team, honestly speaking, especially leading up to that DreamHack event and scrimming and all that against teams like... I saw them run Sulfuras a lot in mid-game pace lineups, sort of like the Flavor SG runs these days, and they won a few of those scrims.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Pikachu, they've definitely had their place. I mean, lately they have kind of gone a little bit down. I think, though, Pikachu is actually like... I think they're like 12th maybe in Han Tour right now.
Well, yeah, and they actually just got a revitalized roster again, if I'm not mistaken. I think Zibe and...
Going through the changes. Oh, that's right, yeah.
Right? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? I mean, I'm pretty sure Zibe and... Fuzi and Zibe may have joined.
I'm not sure. I'd have to
Okay.
check on that. There's so many of those changes that happen. It's hard to keep up sometimes. Well, I know Book plays for them, and Book is awesome. All right, this game, though, what do we got? Stay Green versus Lion Esports Club, game number 1 here. Again, this is the Sound Blaster Heroes League semifinals. $30,000 overall prize pools on the line here for this event. And obviously, both semifinals happening today here on Honcast. And then tomorrow, just like that, the grand finals. And the grand finals tomorrow will be a straight-up best out of 5. Doesn't get any better than that.
Yep.
Competing for all that monies. So
Okay, just to get this out here, because I did see it. Apparently, the new Pika roster is Fuzi taking over the team.
okay.
He's 16 years old, but he's going in and doing his work.
16,
and he's,
wow.
Apparently, and then he's playing with Price, Nier, Zibe, and Book still.
That's a strong lineup, man. I mean,
Yeah, it's
so both Zibe and Fuzi from OTP
well,
joining
Book
the
was
Pika
on.
squad.
Yeah, Zibe and Fuzi. Yes.
From OTP
yes,
joining the
yes,
Pika squad.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
Good stuff. Yeah, interested. I mean, again, they're on the verge. They may very likely qualify for the 4 through 11 tournament in Han Tour. And hell, with a change of a roster like that at the very last second, maybe a team to look out for. That's going to be a fun event. It's too bad we can't cover, but I know Beef's going to be covering that, and he's going to do it well, and I'm going to have fun watching.
I'll be following
so,
it. Yeah,
of course.
Can't
Yeah,
cover
I'm gonna
it,
be
but
following that.
guarantee I'll be watching every little
least
bit of
we
it where I
watch it.
can.
All right, Emperor, we got a game to talk about, though, damn it. What do we got here? We got Bubbles versus Master of Arms shaping up here at the bottom lane. Of course, Slick's on his go-to farm and carry route Master of Arms here. Middle matchup, though, as usual, as of late, the fun matchup here. Monkey King Nymphora against a Pebbles Aluna. What do you see happening here?
Well, I think, once again, I look at the X Factor, the Keeper versus the Tempest. Tempest has the ability to get down and dirty earlier. I talked about he doesn't even need to do anything tricky. He can just come from that hill with the gank. Combined with Monkey King's tossback, his Heavenly Vault, combined with Nymphora's Zeal, they can actually set up a kill if he does it right. There's a lot... Actually, you displace the hero just huge with Monkey King. It makes setting up those ganks so easy, as long as you don't sort of get stunned out of your combo. So, yeah, if he's able to push him back, Tempest comes in for a gank, yeah, this will go favorably. But otherwise, Pebbles is a little bit too tanky. 2 kill just outright with their combo, and if they get the counter kill, it's going to be devastating. Also, Aluna applies the harass a bit better than Nymphora in the lane.
Oh, yeah. We've already seen that. A couple of power throws being used by Z-Freak here. And obviously, the brothers on top of that, they got that extra boost, you could say. Pebbles, in the meantime, is going to get jumped on right here. But, yeah, as you're saying, I mean, he's just that's a little bit too tanky when it comes to his life pool.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what... Say, imagine... Obviously, his last elusive dash was used to get on out of there. Say you hit him with it. He'd still be sitting at about 20% of his health, and at that point, they come back with the Pebbles combo, they come back with the Aluna stun, the nuke, all that, and these overall squishier heroes are very susceptible to death.
Yeah.
So they just have to sort of lay in the harass where they can, but if they commit too hard, not only are they using up a lot of Monkey King's mana, of course they have Nymphora to sort of mitigate that effect, but they're just not going to kill anything.
Yeah. All right, so we'll definitely keep a close eye here in this middle lane. Bloodlust kill possibility is high, so I'll do my darnest to try to catch that. Oh, we do see right here, Monkey can jump back in once again, Heavenly Vault. but really not going to go much further, whether that was because the first hit of it not the best or just simply using it for harassment. I mean, he does have an Infora teammate, and obviously you see the Grace of the Nymph right there coming out, so he can use that mana a little bit more liberally here and on top of the bottle charges. So it seems like he's not afraid to use it, but obviously does need to be careful. If a Luna and Pebbles get their combo off, it could definitely be devastating for him. So
yeah.
Need to worry about that. Top lane, though. What do we got up here? Soul Reaper versus Wretched Hag going at it. Hag's 8-2, Soul Reaper 14-3. And you see the positioning from Flensmeister here. Seems like Soul Reaper's having a pretty good time.
Yeah. Soul Reaper gives Hag the business in this lineup, dude. It's not even really fair. Yeah, Hag can pick up some CS here and there, but overall the matchup, yeah, heavily skewed, I'd say, in Soul Reaper's favor outside of lane micro.
Oh, look at that right there. And Nymphora's going to get a turn on this. Exactly what we're talking about. Chuck comes out.
Am I clairvoyant or what? I mean, the thing is, the players need to know that.
Well, the funniest thing about it, and I know it's funny for us, this has got to suck for Lions, but Monkey King literally pushed Pebbles in better position right there to stun Nymphora. He's like, here, stun my teammate. And that's exactly what Swindle did right there.
It comes down to two factors. As I said before, even if they go, they're not going to kill. They know that the spells are down. They're like, okay, yeah, we're low life, but your spells are on cooldown, so it actually looks a lot worse than it is. We're just going to go turn and kill you. They found that window. B, I want to go back to the X Factor. They have a Tempest. They're going to be eager to sort of counter kill with that Pebbles Luna. They can take advantage of that by having Tempest roam towards the middle lane, go on them when they are pushed a little bit more up, position so they can't get killed by the counter combo, or can sort of back each other up with it and set up a kill that way. Those are the kind of mind games you want to play. But just going... There were no mind games here, honestly. The situation played out exactly as it was broadcasted it would, and that's the problem.
If you could call what happens a couple minutes before it actually happens, it does seem like you need to be able to kind of realize that yourself. And now again, I don't know if it was a case of maybe Monkey, we've seen him do it. He's been constantly doing that for harassment purposes, so maybe that was still ultimately the goal there. But obviously it backfired big time, even if that was the case.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was the goal. I'm just frustrated because we saw it happening.
Well, now looking at the big picture, I mean, we do see him going right there again, but just going to vault backwards and, again, kind of just harass with it. Swindlemelons, though, he is top farm of the game right now. 350 gold per minute, just about. I mean, he's on top of a solid creep farm, 23-7, compared to Monkey King's 26-4. So, I mean, Monkey King, even despite his teammate dying right there, he is still having the better time with creep farm at least. But no doubt Swindlemelons using that Bloodlust kill to his advantage and looking good in the GPM chart. But you do have a Tempest you keep going back to, who is having a good time here in the jungle, farming out 310 gold per minute. His tops on his team here. As actually Monkey King going to be turned on. Nope, he was able to dodge the Stalagmites right there, so it's going to be fine. And you also have a Soul Reaper, who seems like he is having a fairly good time. Although I will say, I mean, Wretched Hag's actually holding her own pretty well, seems like, for how favorable this matchup is, you're saying, should be for Soul Reaper. But actually at least able to get some decent creep kills here.
Yeah, sitting at 20. You know, part of the thing is he's doing a great job at lessening when it goes to the tower as well. Soul Reaper is sitting at full mana, though. I wonder if he could have sort of harassed it more, played it a little bit more aggressively, got more damage.
Ooh, a lot of action here at the top root area. Swindlemelon's going to get comboed down right there, so look at that. Tempest comes in for the counter gank. And well, I don't even know if it's really counter gank, more so a race to the top rune spot. And it just happens to work out for Lion Esports Club right there. So Tempest being of a good assistance. Obviously, Wretched Hag was there as well. Only level 5 still, though. Has that level 3 sonar screen, but not able to get any counter kills themselves. So there's the good news for Lions.
Soul Reaper 7, Wretched Hag is level 6 now. Still, Soul Reaper staying a whole level up. Has his ulti now, has full mana. Did go for the Helm of the Victim first, which to me indicates, obviously, ultimately going to be a barrier idol. Shaman's Headdress into that, but... just more laning presence, I suppose, with that item.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting, actually. Usually see at least the Boot Scraper and maybe something like even a Grave Locket earlier on, or even the Astrolabe focus. I know Trout definitely talked about that a lot.
I love the Astrolabe focus. I think it's great for the team. Going against the Hag here, I think he just wanted to have an item that would allow him to trade less hits as easily as possible, and just give him dominant lane control. He has no more innate health regen, so that'll provide him that. Consider it like just like a ring of health, or a life tube, I should say, on the other side lane carry.
Bottom lane, Keeper of the Forest doing what he does best here early on. He's going to group up with this Master of Arms. The minions come out, and here comes the push. Those level 4 anime trees going to be able to tank plenty of damage as well as dish out a good amount. So again, Master of Arms just being delivered as Steam Boots, I believe, as well. Maybe oh yeah, he's going to be caught here by the Kelpie. The level 6 bubbles coming. Shelter on top of that. Tempest coming in. The Root's going to be used right away. The Demons of Master's Call coming out. Slicks is still somehow alive, actually. There's an H as well. He's going to survive. Oh, the Tempest ultimate pulling the back in. Hanskin says, get back here, bitches. Well, finish off Master of Arms. Ultimately, Chessie will live, but good play by both teams right there. It ends up working better for Lions, though.
Yeah, it does. Damn.
That was very close. I thought he had the getaway right there, but no, the Tempest Ultimate.
Yeah, great job dropping that Amphora, too, honestly. In all of that.
Oh,
they did, yeah.
Amphora did. Okay, yeah, didn't even notice that. But so at least made it a 1-for-1. But definitely the better exchange for Lions.
That ultimate by Hanskin, I was afraid. You know, we see it so often where they just barely escape the AoE, and it's like, no. I was hoping it would hit. It did. Great job in the end.
Well, especially in those cases like that where they go for the all-in, they go for the hitting both rather than just securing it maybe on one guy. He was kind of in the middle there, and he did get both in the end. I mean,
well, yeah, they got the target they wanted to kill, being the Master of Arms. So
yeah,
and probably were able to kill, I should say.
Yeah. So again, we got a pretty tight game here early on, 8.5 minutes in, and if anything, Lions definitely having the better time. I mean, you look at the goal per minute chart right now. The top 3 farmers in the game belong to Lion Esports Club. You have Tempest, Soul Reaper, and Monkey King. Soul Reaper continuing to do his thing up here, and he actually does finish his Steam Boots after going the Helm of the Victim on top of the Ring of Teacher, of course. So bottom lane, oh, never mind.
I think Steam Boots were a very wise investment considering he is going against the Pebbles. He is going against a lot of this burst.
Yeah.
Ghost Marchers, I feel like he'd just be jumping into his death a lot, so.
Top lane is going to be close. Hag going for the deny. Nope, it is going to be taken out. Bottom tower going down, though, in favor of State Green, as you see. So kind of a 1-for-1 tower exchange going on right there. So nullifying each other out in a sense. But look at Soul Reaper all of a sudden. He's the one that got credit for that tower kill right there.
Yeah.
395 gold per minute, just really jumping up from that. And even going to start applying pressure to the secondary tower, but look at State Green at the same time, doing the same thing down here.
Yeah, and look at bottom lane. We see Monkey King shaping up to try jump master. Nope.
Going to go for Keeper of the Forest. He has that Nature's Veil. Those stuns are coming out. He's going to get oh, Monkey King screws up his combo right there. He is not able to go on Keeper of the Forest. Keeper of the Forest going to use that Deep of the Master's Call for Master of Arms as well as Root. Chessie going for the getaway, and he will make the getaway right there. No more stuns to be had. And Keeper of the Forest gets away. Slicks obviously at Master Arms. He'll be fine, so minimal loss there. The tower's at least denied, but still the tower's dead.
I will say even, well, I don't know, maybe not. Even I'm not sure. Did Monkey King use his Wanjin Sum? I'm pretty sure. I need to double check that.
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah, either way, yeah, I think even with that flick back, he may have just been fine anyway. He was pretty tanky. He had the shield on him. Maybe able to teleport out in their face.
Yeah.
So, arguable, but either way. Great job by him surviving there.
Yeah, excellent getaway again from Chessie, and obviously the good help from Slicks, and that's that global presence, the defensive master's call coming out right there.
Yep.
You always see with that hero. Double damage bottled up on Monkey King in the meantime. Dangerous rune to have on him. See if he can maybe make good use of it here. He did walk by Ward of Side placed by Zfreak, of course, here at this bottom lane. You see that kind of placement there. Giving Slicks plenty of good vision. Monkey King is going to dive somewhat here, but oh, Monkey King, not sure what that was all about.
He was just partying, man. He has a double damage, he just wanted to party.
I guess so.
And right now, Slicks he has a mana battery actually, so he's not entirely out of mana. But Monkey King with that double damage rune, oh, they're shaping up. They got Pebbles on his tail. Good perceptive play coming out there by Monkey King, realizing there would probably be a response. He's switching to the middle lane here.
Yeah, middle lane. Keeper of the Forest going to cover the kill foot initially, trying to get near the tree. Sorry, he's invis right now with the animated tree, but it doesn't matter. The Revelation is down, obviously, and gets the kill anyways. Monkey King joining the middle lane now, going to finish off those animated trees. Has that double damage. Red stun from Aluna, but
it's
not
fine.
A big deal at all. Yeah, he'll just walk on by. So a big kill there again for Lion Esports Club. And they're going to make a bit of a push now. You do see all the elemental replicates are out here from Tempest. And 4 players are here. The only one not here is, of course, Soul Reaper, who is continuing to farm in the jungle currently. But not going to make really too much of a push in the middle lane in the end.
You know, I feel like there I'm not sure what you do for the avalanche ability there, the stalagmites, I should say. I feel like there needs to be a quarterback Pebble skin. Looking at that
the
chuck, just have it be the exact default Pebble skin. Just put a football helmet on him, and it's fine.
Just a football helmet.
Make it fit awkwardly. It doesn't even have to.
The dirt pebbles.
Yeah. Safety helmet.
Yeah.
Have him go wild. Yeah. Meanwhile, we see Wretched Hag continuing her farm up top. Soul Reaper obviously taking off more than her, but she's still holding her own. And as we know, Wretched Hag, great split pusher in her own right, has that blink to get away from targets that might try to come in and gank her as she's pushing those lanes out. Just overall is able to catch up very, very easily.
Nymph4 is level 6 now as well, and that's where you got to start really keeping in mind. Now, you know, with the situation, with this game right here, I mean, there isn't really a huge threat target that you can go with, you know, Impact. I guess the Bubbles eventually, but even he doesn't have that portal key yet, so...
I mean, Monkey King's not burst, but he's definitely capable of putting out dirt.
Yeah, he is solid to go with, for sure. But my point, they don't have that, you know, the Moraxes or the Pebbles or the Magnets with that portal key that you can go into the forest and then blink in from there.
To me, the biggest ones I would say are Pebbles and Deadwood.
Of course,
those are. You think of burst, that's those are your go-to guys, and
they're just still a threat for sure. But.
Yeah, Stay Green, as we see, always will favor Pebbles or Deadwood usually if they're available. I shouldn't say always and then usually. It definitely seems like it always happens.
Maybe, not really.
Not really, kind of, sort of, maybe.
Never.
Yeah.
Gnome's Wisdom finished on Soul Reaper. We're seeing this item a lot more lately. I mean, Torture is definitely the go-to hero. Slick's definitely been doing that a lot lately for Stay Green, but it kind of making a comeback in the sense of these beefy intellect style heroes. Your Soul Reaper, your Torturers, your Defilers. Obviously, you never see him anymore, but so he's just sitting on the Helm of the Victim. He's been sitting on it the whole time, just using it for the regen and the armor. Yeah. And he finished the Gnome's Wisdom.
Yeah,
that's on the
kind of like a, let's say for the intelligence heroes, kind of like a Ruined Cleaver for him there. Just helps his farm off that more, keep him sustained while he's doing it. And yeah, it's definitely going to help him take off.
Pebbles. Sorry.
Well, not that he isn't already taking off, but just really steroid that farm, I should say.
Yeah. Pebbles, the portal key, 1460 gold saved up. So Swinnemelons, I mean, he's farming 322 gold per minute right here, but he does have plenty of build up with the bottle and the power supply. On top of the steam boots, of course. So that portal key, though, is definitely coming up here. Master of Arms, in the meantime, back at base currently, but finishes Energizer as he usually does, and has another 1,200 gold saved up here. Wretched Hag's making the best of her comeback here. Now 270 gold per minute. Again, pretty solid there. Just all around a solid game for both teams. It's nothing bad going on for either side. I mean, every hero's having a good time other than the supports, of course, the main supports, but that's just how it works out. But Soul Reaper has yet to really leave this top side of the map. I mean, he's constantly pushing the lane, then he just goes to the jungle, so he seems like he's just freely able to do his own thing up there. And Stay Green not putting too much investment just yet into stopping him, but maybe with the portal key that'll start picking up.
Yeah, I was going to say I want to see Vestments ASAP here on the Soul Reaper. I know he's getting really close to that Shaman's Headdress, which he's probably just going to buy it all in one go. Right now he's incredibly hard to burst down, but with that Shaman's Headdress, it's the kind of thing where if they go to jump him, he might survive, be able to buy enough time for his team to turn it around.
Yeah, I believe he has enough. In fact, he's going to the side shop. Yeah, he's going to finish it right there.
As we talked about.
I heard Monk. Oh, no, I thought I heard Nymph4 TPing somewhere, but nope, they're just in the middle lane and going to start pushing the tower. Soul Reaper joining them, so finishes that symbol, or not symbol of rage, Shaman's Headdress, and now going to push this middle lane. Stay Green not going to have any of that. They realize they are outmatched, and they will give up the tower. So good timing right there for Lion Esports Club.
Yeah, Tempest, by the way, almost picking up his Astrolabe, but that being the main reason why we didn't see Soul Reaper go for it this game. His buddy instead, with the Steam Boots, with the Vestments,
don't stack too
with the Astrolabe on him, is tanking up himself, so they just want to really make themselves impenetrable to this burst.
Yeah, this is definitely going to become more of a, we're going to stick together eventually and just push kind of as that mesh here, kind of like Zephyr lineups tend to do, but with the focus being around Soul Reaper, of course, this game. But with that said, I mean, you still got some good physical damage presence with this Monkey King, who has another double damage ring bottled up, by the way. But he's going a little bit more defensive-minded, going for more team fight, it looks like. He does pick up a Mighty Blade, which I assume will turn into a Shrunken Head here, of course, for him. A little bit of split push going on, or I should say split, actually. It looks like the middle lane being pushed by Stay Green. And for a TP, I hear it. Coming somewhere. There we go. It is going to join them. Here we go. The charge shot on Tempest right there. Pebbles with a follow-up, but not nearly enough damage. Monkey King joining the party. In comes their count. But Root's going to be used by Keeper the Force right there. Bought the Tempest ultimate, pulling Pebbles back in. 2 kills just like that in favor of Lion Esports Club. Aluna's on the run. Z-Freak. Oh, man. You're in a horrible
smash,
spot.
buddy.
He's going to make a decent shoot right there, but if he had Deja Vu, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't have lived. Yeah, he still dies, and 3 kills for none in favor of Lion Esports Club.
The wrath of the monkey, man. I gotta say, I have to criticize him there. Level 8 Pebbles got his portal key, decided to jump in on a Tempest who is far too. He jumped in, used his toss on him, and he's like, "Wait, you still have like 60% of your health, and now I'm in a horrible position. Don't have any spells up to help my team, and now we're all gonna get smashed." So definitely was not. I mean, we saw this game. Tempest went straight for that tanky route, had the vestments, had the steam.
Oh, he's going to jump in right here again. Ports are coming in, but Sweatermelon's way to falling, it looks like. Defensive Master's Call going to come up, barely keeping him alive. He's still somehow alive. In the end, he will survive. It looks like tower goes down in favor of the Hellborn team, though. Soul Reaper Seal's doing plenty. Aluna does fall in the process, and Lion Esports Club is really looking good now after that fight, especially the tower kill, the hero kill. Yeah, it seems like Stay Green. I mean, I'm not sure what that thought process is there. It's clearly they're beefy over here on the Hellborn side right now this time. And
well, they used to be able to take heroes out, but look at the item build pickups. Steam Boots, Vestments, Mighty Blade for our monkey friend. We look at, the Shaman's Headrest, Steam Boots, Gnome's Wisdom for our Soul Reaper.
Tempest,
we look at the Steam Boots, Tempest. I mean, Steam Boots Vestment seems to be the key here for basically everyone. Right now, enforcing at 1,000 gold. Is she going to get her own pair of Steam Boots? Is she going to get her own version taken up here? I'm curious to see.
Yeah, it's obviously Lion Esports Club has a great strategy in mind and definitely starting to execute it very, very well here against Stay Green right now. So all of a sudden they have a 5,000 gold lead and a 6,900 experience lead. And Monkey King trying to chase down Keeper of the Forest.
Breaky, look at what Soul Reaper just picked up. I mean, he got pretty far from those fights, man.
Wow, Barrier Idol. That's huge, huge, huge against this team, especially at this point. I mean, Master of Arms, he's still more magical damage presence than he is physical damage presence right now. Well, I guess maybe not exactly that, but you get my point. He's not that big physical threat, at least yet. So the Barrier Idol is going to be a huge, huge item here already. 19 minutes into the game. Look at that farm. 460 gold per minute here on Flensmeister. And, I will say this, too. When Trademark, especially when they were in their dominant reign for Han Tour for the longest time, it seemed like they had times where they would fall behind in games, but then they would eventually persevere and come back.
Well, right.
Stay Green doesn't seem like that type of team. It seems like they're the kind of team that gets ahead early, and then they just go from there. They keep it.
True. I actually used to wonder sometimes because teams would have Trademark on the back burner, but Trademark's as skill and experience, they would know how to come back, and they'd oftentimes aim for those late game lineups. They'd sort of buy back as teams push the base. They'd have their Zephyr and the Hag and other heroes scaling into the late game, whatever it is, clear up the enemy team, and then turning the game around. Sort of trying to avoid fights where they could. Just win that later phase.
Yeah, I'm kind of just curious now with that said, how will Stay Green kind of react to all this? Because they are in a pretty good hole right here. I mean, we're only 20 minutes into the game. It's 5,500 gold, 8,400 experience lead.
There's not an issue of scaling. Soul Reaper and Monkey King can do that just fine. It's going to need to make the plays and have that team coordination to come back in a game like this. It's not like, we just hold on until the game gets late enough, we'll have the advantage. I feel like Hellborn team is very, very strong, on toe-to-toe with them, even in the late game.
Yeah. Soul Reaper just picks up a Blessed Orb as well, so very likely that Sheep Stick is going to be next in line now here for the Hellborn team, really on a Soul Reaper. They're going to push another tower here. Stay Green going to do absolutely nothing about it. Speaking of more item pickups, Portal Key on Bubbles. That Shrunken Head on Monkey King is getting very close to being finished, as he has 2,600 gold pulled up. A Tablet of Command finished on Tempest.
I've got to say, they're getting tanky. What does that help them do? Survive Burst. Now look at this Bubbles pick. They have the option for Wretched Hag, and Wretched Hag we've seen Bubbles go unpicked some games, and Wretched Hag just being favored all the time.
Yeah.
They knowingly went for that. Who was it that they picked alongside Bubbles, actually?
Speaking of Hag in the meantime, real quickly, Wretched Hag might be in a lot of trouble. Nice port in front, Bubbles right there, and he gets the kill on KZ. He guessed that exactly from the beginning, and it paid off.
Right.
I'm not sure though.
Was it Soul Reaper or was it?
They went Bubbles. It was Bubbles Soul Reaper, yeah.
Bubbles Soul Reaper. So they knowingly grabbed those heroes.
Bubbles first, Bubbles Soul Reaper.
Anyway, I was gonna say Bubbles. What he offers is this very, very strong counter set as well, and sort of keeping them grouped up once they do jump in and are unable to kill anything. So that counter set's gonna really screw with their bursts as well. Jumping in with that Song of the Sea, the silence, laying it down, preventing their portal keys maybe even with his Sculpt Field.
Oh, I thought they were going to put this Rev down because Tempest kind of got blocked a little bit by the Nature's Veil, Keeper of the Forest, and it looked like Nepor was coming over to maybe put a Rev Ward down and catch Keeper, but in the end they do not. They are going to somewhat group up here in the middle lane and push. Keeper of the Forest is busy farming the other jungle, but Chessie's farm, it's not been the greatest. It's been solid 260 gold per minute, but his items not necessarily the best of the best. Shrunken Head is finished on Master of Arms, and that'll obviously be a good tool for Stay Green to be able to use. The first Arcana of 3 now finished on Wretched Hag. course, that Hellflower in the works. Look at Soul Reaper, another 1,300 gold. We do see Pebbles jumping in again. Swimmel's getting really ballsy here. In comes a poor pin and forward. Demonic going to come out right there. He's going to barely stay alive, but he will fall in the end. The tower's going to go down as well. Jesse's busy pushing the middle lane while this is going on. He does have a TP, right? Yes, he definitely does, but,
Yeah, but
I don't know, man. This is they're banging their head against the wall.
they've got buyback on Pebbles, so they are able to do something here, but they're going for the base. They're hungry, man.
Why not?
Oh,
I mean,
Soul Reaper ulti's down. That's why not, maybe. So they should be careful in their posturing.
there's the Bat Blast, but again, he's
Look
so
at it,
damn
doesn't he-
tanky with that magic damage. Give me the Force. We're going to come out, though. Hitting 3 heroes. Tempest has a free ultimate, though, to use. If you get it, there's our Tempest ultimate. It's going to be full duration. It looks like it finally gets done, but damage is done. Keeper of the Force and Pebbles are falling back. Down goes Pebbles right there. No
See ya.
kills yet on the Hellborn team. Then Keeper of the Force in the background. He's falling. He's barely going to stay alive, it looks like. Bubble Shell Surf in 3 seconds, 2 seconds. No, I think Jesse's going the correct direction, and he will survive, but yeah, this momentum right now for Lion Esports Club is just getting out of hand, and State Green, it doesn't seem like they have the answers for it.
Yeah, they are choosing to. It's a shame. Oh,
Nearly got him.
Oh, yeah. It's a shame they didn't have the true sight, because picking off that keeper in the end would have just been the icing on the cake. No buyback for him either. They might have been more confident even pushing into the base if that was the case, but not that they should worry. It's not like he has his ulti up, but yeah, just playing it safe instead. They got some nice tower damage. They won another team fight. Just overwhelmingly more things going in their favor here.
Ooh, Soul Reaper, though. This could be good for State Green. No, they're going to fall back, actually. Seemed like on the mini-map they had advantage.
He doesn't care. He's got his idol. He's like, I'm tanked up.
Yeah.
I'm rich.
I'm rich, bitch. Oh, boy. So, yeah, Lion Esports Club. I mean, that's a level 16 Soul Reaper, too. He's 3 levels higher than anyone on the Legion team in the Master of Arms at 13. I mean, that makes that Demonic Execution out to, what, 90%? Yeah, 90% of the target's missing health. So, it's just basically, just beyond half-life, there's a good chance that it could set up that kill for him now. So,
Yep. And that God, I love it. It is by and far my favorite Soul Reaper skin, by the way. I did not like that horse one, or whatever it was we saw before. This one actually looks cool. I like the way all the animations work together, but yeah, that other one was...
I like the default the best, honestly.
Yeah, he was cool too. I just
Default's good.
The other alt just always felt weird to me. This one just seems like a badass though. Like every yeah, there.
So look at that heal, man. Oh god, that was so good.
Huge. No.
I'm just too into it here.
I just really like what Lion put out this game, and
yeah. I mean, they called it. You mentioned with their pickups, the bubbles on top of the Soul Reaper. Soul Reaper is a hero. Granted, you know, the laning phase did go very well for them, especially at the top. I mean, Soul Reaper
that goes
had
back
free
to
reign.
Yeah, you know, the one in the lane which I was criticizing was the mid lane.
Yeah.
And you know why? So because we saw the Monkey King thing. Monkey King at least wasn't the one who died. So it was an Amphora. So that's okay. And they did come back with the Tempest a little bit later on and got the kill in the river.
Yeah.
So they patched it up.
They did, and State Green again, definitely in one of their biggest holes lately. I mean, here they are, 12,000 gold deficit, 13,000 gold experience deficit. This is a team that, and actually, I'm just thinking about this right now, but they've gone 2 cycles in Han Tour without losing a series. Because both cycles 6 and 7, obviously they went from the winners bracket to the grand finals, and then they eventually... No, I take that back. They did lose in cycle number 6. I take that back. I apologize.
Versus Complexity.
Yes. Anyways, they are on a very good run. You get my point that this is a team, obviously, that's... They're definitely the #1 team as of the last month or so.
Right. Well, Lions did some homework. I mean, they came into this matchup. Obviously, they knew exactly what they're aiming for, what heroes they didn't want them to get, making them have Pebbles instead of a Deadwood, and trying to capitalize on it. And so far, they're doing a great job. Game is not over yet for SG. Obviously, they still have a lot of spirit left in their game. Hellflower can be finished by Wretched Hagsuit, and that is a crucial pickup here, picking off an enemy hero. Being able to stop that Trunk Head, being able to stop the heals coming out, or the barrier out coming out from Soul Reaper could be absolutely massive and mean the difference in these engagements.
Of course, yeah. Hellflower always a very, very strong pickup here for your team, especially on the Wretched Hag. So getting that will be good news. You see State Green right now, they're just doing a lot of sticking together and trying to farm up as much as possible on those specific heroes. They know that they are at a deficit, not only in the game overall, but especially going with these team fights. So Kongor is being attempted, though. I don't see State Green stopping this. I mean, there's no vision whatsoever. You know, they do have an Aluna. I don't know if she's scouted yet. I don't think she has, but they're obviously missing on the map right now. You know, maybe have somewhat of an idea. But even if they do, it goes back to Lions has a stronger team fight right now. They've shown that.
They picked the perfect support for this lineup as well. They got that Nymphora pickup, which so far has been huge, and she has her heal maxed out now, combined with the Soul Reaper heal, man.
Yeah.
Let's do the math for 1 sec here. How much is that heal? 130 from the Soul Reaper. We got 240 more, so we got 370 potential AoE heal coming out right at the start of the fight.
And very quick, too.
Yeah,
5-second cooldown on Soul Reaper. You're looking at a 10-second cooldown on Nymphora.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and plus the Astrolabe on top of it. It's like, you know, they have a portable fountain.
And then it's the return damage, as heals are usually.
Yeah,
the volatile pod on top of the...
Yeah, no, it's just... yeah, exactly. That's another great point. It's not just the heal, it's also the return damage.
The swing.
And in the case of Soul Reaper, the swing is a lot more than his initial heal anyway. 280 damage coming out for his nuke there, so just across the board.
He has a sheepstick, by the way. I don't know if you mentioned that he actually finished that.
I didn't, and that is awesome.
Yeah.
And look what our buddy Tempest just picked up. Yup. No more counter stuns coming out of Keeper uses Root.
Well, then on top of that, speaking of Keeper, Bound Eye just picked up on Nymphora. So great for warding, but also against that Keeper of the Forest. Yeah, it's definitely coming together very nicely here for Lion Esports Club. Now, as you're saying, though, there's definitely still fight left in Stay Green. I'm sure there is plenty, and they do have some big item pickups coming up themselves. Shieldbreaker finished on Slicks. The Hellflower and Retro Tackle will be big.
It's okay. It's nothing like... To me, the big pickup here is Hellflower.
Yeah.
Maybe an Idol coming out from Keeper, but the other stuff will be nice. Yeah, it'll help them scale, but it's not like, oh shit, that's a battle turner. This Hellflower has the potential to make big plays. But
for now, though, it's definitely I mean, hell, look at that. 2 hero kills for Stay Green. We're coming up in 29 minutes into the game. Only 2 hero kills for a team like Stay Green.
Yeah, right now, Lions is thinking more like Stay Free. They want to drop a match. They're coming out very confident. That being said, how many times have we seen Stay Free? Obviously, they're #1 right now for a reason in my book. Just incredible composure, incredible skill. Maybe a little bit of an outdraft this game coming out from Lions, but it's going to be tough to repeat that performance, man.
It is just game 1.
Green.
Yeah, let's keep that in mind, of course. And the game 1 isn't even over yet, so... here we are going into the base for Lion Esports Club.
Back up, you damn fool.
Well, they're going to jump right there. Swinamos jumps in, but Swinamos getting creep blocked right there. The Sheepstick coming out. Pebble's going to be pushed back in. The stuns are happening. The defensive master's call. The demonic execution already used those. Swinamos will end up falling right there. And the Hellborn team off to a good start. Keeper the Force going to get his root off right there. In the meantime, Tempest has a free ultimate with that Sharknado, but he's not going to use it just yet. The tower will fall. Pebbles did buy back. That's the second of 2 buybacks, so he's completely out now. Monkey King jumping back in. Wretched alive, but Monkey King joins him right next to a path to melee racks. Gets the kill right there. Aluna's going to end up falling, and it looks like Lion Esports Club is going to really break into the base right here. Will Stay Green be able to withstand much more of this? I don't know, man. I mean, it is just looking powerful for Lion right now.
Damn. That was huge. The Monkey King jumping back, Wretched Hack blinked away, and the Monkey King seemingly leaps over the, I think it was the melee barracks, and just goes 20,000 range approximately. Just rough math there across. Gets the Hag down. Damn, that was insane. Yeah, I was worried at the barrier idol. They used the glyph. I was like, okay, just back up for 45 seconds and reapproach that, and glyph will be down, then use the barrier idol and push. That's why I wanted them to back out. Obviously, they're strong enough to where it didn't even matter.
Yeah, it didn't. I mean, Pebbles obviously getting caught as well initially, and I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I love praising Swinamos as of late, especially. I mean, he's been an awesome player for this team as far as his initiations and being the good leader. But that game, you got to question some of his. I mean, it started with that middle fight that you were talking about, where he jumped. I think it was Tempest. Yeah. And the team, maybe it was because of lack of team follow because they got caught. I mean, whatever it was.
Maybe it was the bubbles even. We need to go back and do a play-by-play of that fight to truly say.
It seemed like odd decisions, though, a couple of times. Maybe just simply felt desperate at times that they needed to make something happen, but clearly it wasn't. So,
well,
Lions looking good.
Yeah. Can they repeat it, though? Can they repeat it?
Well, again, going back to yesterday, Orange Esports did win the first game against State Green, and then the next 2 were dominant victories for State Green. So,
Bricky, Orange won the first game.
It was a close
game.
Lion
just handled this first game.
True.
So, I mean, if anything, they look like they did their homework. They are getting first pick coming up. Legion side going to be coming up for them since Stay Green had a game 1. I know Stay Green prefers that side overall, as do many teams right now. So we're going to be thrown a little bit into a less comfortable position there on the Hellborn, and we'll see what Lion has.
We will. We got an entertaining series ahead of us. We got a hell of a day ahead of us, especially with a start like that. So, looking forward to continuing, of course, with game number 2. But with that said, we are going to take a short break right here. Stay tuned, though. Boy, oh boy, is it going to be exciting, I'm sure. We got Stay Green taking a Lion Esports Club. A lot of money on the line. Overall, $30,000 prize pool. Who's going to take it? Stay tuned. Game 2 coming up next.